Alright, so the special right triangle homework assignment, the easy one. I thought it was easy. We have a 30, 60, 90. To go from the short leg, which is opposite of my 30-degree angle, I take the short leg and I double it. And 2 times a half is 1. To go from the short leg to the long leg, I take the short leg and I multiply it by root 3, which is going to be 1 times root 3 over 2. This one's kind of similar. You got the short leg, the long leg is twice that, and twice of 14 is 28. The long leg is literally 14 times root 3, 14 root 3. Easy, super easy. Definitely not Japanesey. Got another 30, 60, 90, and I have the hypotenuse. The short leg, which is opposite of my 30-degree angle, is going to be the hypotenuse cut in half, and 6 cut in half is 3. The long leg happens when you multiply by root of 3. Again, easy. Swing from hypotenuse to short leg. I know it's a short leg because it's opposite of 30 degrees by cutting in half, and I get 8, so x is 8. The long leg is the short leg times the root of 3. It's like I'm a record. I just keep repeating the same thing over and over and over and over until it sticks. The altitude of an equilateral triangle is 18 inches. Find the length of a side. I want a side length. So, boy, that's a horrible looking triangle. Let's do that over. Wrong button. If she's equilateral, all the interior angles measure 60 degrees. The altitude cuts that in half, giving me 13 here. This is going to be the long leg. I don't know why I said 13. 30 is the number I'm thinking. And I'm thinking about my 30, 60, 90 pattern. Sorry, 60 down here. To swing from the long leg to the short leg, I cut it in, I don't cut it in half. I divide it by the root of 3. I got tired there for a second. Now, 18 over root 3 is a fugly looking thing, so we multiply the top and bottom by root of 3, and we get 18 roots of 3 over 3, and 18 over 3 is 6. So 6 roots of 3 is half the length of a side. And if this is 6 roots of 3, then this is 6 roots of 3, which means a side length is 6 roots of 3 plus 6 roots of 3, which is 12 roots of 3. Moving forward. Number 5, we got a 45, 45, 90. Your 45, 45, 90 theorem says that the legs are the same and they measure x and, they have lengths of x, and the hypotenuse is x root 2. Here we have the hypotenuse. That is the hypotenuse. Do not think that is a leg because it's flat. X has to be 8 divided by a root of 2. And again, we clean up. We multiply top and bottom by a root of 2 over root of 2, and we get 8 roots of 2 sitting pretty over 2 because radical times itself is the number inside, and 8 over 2 is 4. 4 root 2. 6, we have the diagonal of a square. We have a 45, 45, 90. We have the hypotenuse. To go from hypotenuse to leg, we take that hypotenuse and we divide it by the root of 2, and we multiply by the root of 2 over the root of 2, and we get 10 roots of 2 over 2, which is 5 roots of 2. And we're moving forward with our lives. The perimeter of a square is 20 centimeters. Find the length of a diagonal. So if the distance around a square is 20, and a square has 4 congruent sides, then each side is 5. The diagonal would create 2 45, 45, 90s, and again 45, 45, 90, x root 2, 5 root 2, multiply by root 2, make it make sense, kids. I'm getting bored of this. Anyways, another 45, 45, 90 has occurred. X and y will be the same. I'm just going to start that off with x is y. And they're both going to be 7 divided by a root of 2. And again, we're going to clean this up by multiplying top and bottom by root 2 over root 2. 7 times root 2 is 7 root 2. Root 2 times root 2 is 2. As far as that one goes. 12, we got ourselves a 30, 60, 90. And what you have is the long leg. So we're going to swing from long leg to short leg by dividing by a root of 3. And 20 over root 3 is cleaned up by multiplying the top and the bottom of that fraction by root 3, and we'll get 20 root 3 sitting pretty over a 3. So there we go. There's a 20 root 3 over 3. The hypotenuse takes the short leg of 20 root 3 over 3 and it multiplies it by 2. And 20 times 2 is 40. 40 roots of 3 over 3. Final answer. One more page. Oh, no more pages. Sweet. Done. If that was too quick for you, sorry. Speed up, kids.